Best start to the season for the Cessnock Goannas. They've been able to lose the ball 5 out from their own goal line.
Oh, and if I know from recent history, Maitland Pickers, they would not prefer anyone else to drop that ball than Paul Carter, because they'll be wanting to get under his skin and hopefully put him off his game in the first minutes. And what a presentation to do that.
And this is how the season got underway. In the match of the round, it's the tiniest of knock-ons. So the Pickers here had the opportunity to go on the attack for the first time, and that's the captain and the coach. Dawn, he reaches out. Is he close? He is. But he's been denied by a couple of metres.
Centimetres, millimetres.
A fingernail in that. As it comes away now to Lincoln Smith. So Clydesdale away to Tilts, out the back door now to Walsh. He's going to kick. He's putting in the call for his winger to fly through, but the Goannas go back and save the day. So they're going to be under all sorts of pressure. We're going to have another goal line dropout.
I think Walshy and Dorney have been watching the Melbourne Storm game. They had a lot of success last night with the early kicks. So that just reminded me a bit of Cameron Munster to Josh Addo-Carr then, but I don't think the Maitland wingers are as quick as Josh Addo-Carr. But hey, they're forced to drop out, so it's kind of a win.
We talk about the pendulum. It's been all the Pickers here. They're applying the pressure. Granger coming across from the Curry Bulldogs in the off-season. Back where it all started. The Hayden Granger. Back to Tilts. And the 33-year-old. On the back of 204 games for the Raiders, plays it. They cut out one to go to Dawn. That's him with the football now, just 10 away. The Goannas back on their own goal line. Back through the middle corridor. Away to Granger. Now, Carter! He's over! First try to the Pickers! After 4 minutes, the home side are over, and they lead by 4 points to nil.
Oh, what a shift of the angles there, Pete. Just drifting it as hard as they can to the right side, and a big body like Tyler Carter, who's also very mobile as well, just running straight. As we can see on the replay, there it is, drifting right. And they just needed to close that gap, though, Cessnock. They needed to push harder on the inside there. A little bit lazy, but they've paid for it. Great play from Maitland.
Beautiful gap opened up, and Tyler Carter, he's big, he's strong, and he's got his first 4-pointer of the season after the first 4 minutes of the match.
Tyler Carter played all his junior footy in the spine of the Maitland team. He played as a dummy half, so he does know about getting the ball in his hands, and I think with the quality of dummy halves Maitland have, he had to push his way into the back row.
To the crowd, enjoying the early signs of season 2018. Walsh bangs it home, and Ryan Walsh brings his kicking boots early on after that try to Tyler Carter. Never looked like missing. And the Pickets on a roll after 4 minutes off the back of that Goannas mistake from the kickoff. So Tom Taylor in the commentary box today. Deep kickoff to get us back underway. And now this time, the Pickers have done a Goanna and they've lost the football coming off their own goal line.
It's not even windy. What's going on?
Maybe a few nerves hovering around. It's a big occasion.
True.
Round one.
Round one.
The cobwebs.
A full stadium.
Lush turf.
Mum and Dad are here watching.
New goalposts.
New pads.
Plenty of combinations to get used to.
New balls too, Pete. New South Wales logo.
And high dropouts like that one, and bringing it back this time is Warden. Charges there into Butterfield, along with Carter, the try scorer. Riley Brown, he's back at the Goannas. Started, of course, with the Lions. Found himself up at Cessnock before going away to the Butcher Boys. Plagued with injury when he signed under Craig Miller. Now he finds himself back where it started a couple of years ago for him. This is O'Brien, a new name for us all to get used to. Harry O'Brien. That was Mataudia. Comes back away this time now to Alex Mamoni. So this is the last tackle now for the away side. Who's calling for the football? Carter comes short. Filippo. Kenny offload. John Taylor says that's the turnover. 10 metres out from the Pickers goal line.
Great defence from the Pickers there. That'll give him a really big confidence boost. You talked about the new name, Harry O'Brien. Watch out for his Kalen Ponga skip to the outside. Not sure whether he has the inside step of Kalen, but yeah, he can definitely skip on the outside. So look for his outside backs and second row running onto the football.
So Tills, another one with plenty of National Rugby League experience. That's Connolly to the 40-metre line here. Angling it through the corridor. It's a Big Ten enforced by John Taylor. So this is the last tackle. There goes the kick from Walsh. Testing catch. And Mercer knocks the Goanna into the ground with tremendous force. This is O'Brien now going for a scoop from dummy half.
Release kickers. Hold here. Go to stay, Geordie.
Mataudia says, give it to me. And the 25-year-old. Played 13 games for the Newcastle Knights. Debuted for the Knights back in 2014 against the Sydney Roosters. That was in round 20 of the competition. Injury forced him out last season, and he was unable, I guess, to find his way back into the squad under Nathan Brown. So finding a pathway, I guess, now through the Cessnock Goannas, and he's happy with the decision that he's made to come back into the Tooheys Newcastle Rugby League competition. So comes back away now to Paul Carter. Carter, of course, 40 games in the National Rugby League with the Gold Coast, the Rabbitohs and the Roosters. There he is again, Carter going short. Andrews is within 4 metres. Penalty right in front of the sticks from John Taylor. High tackle there, Tom.
That's 2 in a row from Maitland. 2 in a row, high tackles. Very cheap way to give away a penalty too.
So let's see what they do here. Back away to Riley. Filippo. Wrapped up there from Carter. There's Josh Dimmick waiting patiently in a dummy half. He goes for a scurry.
One of the best in the game doing that, Pete. Charity Shield, he got a double doing that.
Held up over the line.
Well, today he is, but at Curry, in the Charity Shield, both times he got over untouched. Now, for a hooker, that's unheard of.
So danger not gone yet for Cessnock. As Warden, they've lost the football, and Carter picks it up out of thin air and comes away with it 5 out from his own line.
Double threat, attack and defence. Another high tackle. Paul Carter, high tackle.
Both teams, that's 3. We've got penalties for high.
Well, there you go. You could hear John Taylor there saying, let's get them down. That's the 3rd penalty for high tackles.
And not where you want to give it away too, Pete. Like, look where they are. They're 10 metres out. I think that was like tackle 3. So now they've got a full set. So it was tackle 3 on the 10, has gone now to tackle 0 on the 30. So that's a coach killer.
So Luke Dawn, captain coach, he sides up by 6 points to 0 as Dan Tilts tucks it under his arm and takes the Pickers out to the halfway line. Granger, let's see what he can do in 2018. Came across from the Bulldogs. This is Butterfield to the 40. Taken sideways there from Andrews. Now to Smith. And Lincoln's out to the 30. Last tackle now for the Pickers. Back to Granger.
They're good.
Right on their own goal line is where they've got the football through O'Brien. An easy catch in the end. Too much depth on that kick from Hayden.
You mentioned before, Pete, about Luke Dawn, captain coach. I think this is a bit of a battle between the only 2 captain coaches we have in the league. It's all ironic here.
Clashes right across the park today, isn't there, really, when you think of it? I mean, I'm looking forward to the battle between the hookers, Clydesdale and Dimmock. Looking forward to Granger up against Carter and Walsh up against probably the most experienced number 7 in the Newcastle Rugby League competition in Riley Brown.
Absolutely.
There goes the kick now off the boot of Paul Carter. Pumps it deep. Straight down the breadbasket, though, of Isaac Upton. And he's back out to the halfway line. Natalia drops off him. Now to Connolly. That's the 40. Few interchange players looking to be ejected out onto the fold from the Goannas at the next available moment. As Clydesdale again goes for a scoot from dummy half. Another one with NRL experience, the grandson, of course, of Maitland legend and Australian representative Don Brandy Adams. Walsh now away to Dawn, giving away to Connolly. Last tackle now for the Goannas. Looking for their second try in round 1 of the competition. Back to Tilts. And he's easy meat there for the Goannas. Turnover 5 metres out.
Great defence there from Cessnock. Defended the whole set with only 12 in the line because Marvin Filippo found himself a bit dusty after one of the tackles. So, yeah, great job there. 13 on 12. Cessnock did it really well.
Johnny Taylor refereeing in his last match in the Newcastle Rugby League. Assisted out there today by Brendan Callender and Greg Ricketts on the sidelines. Speaking of referees, Louis Maitland up at Curry today, making his first grade debut with the whistle. We wish him well. I'm sure the Newcastle Rugby League community is getting behind Louis. There's Brown pumping it in towards the touchline, and he'll find touch about 22 metres out from the Maitland line.
I'm just trying to think, actually, when you speak of Louis, who would be younger in the recent history. I think since we merged with Maitland, like Newcastle and Maitland merged as an association, I don't think there's been anyone younger than Louis Matheson debut in first grade. He's only just turned 20.
Of course, the referee appointments in 2018, they've been changed under the new structure coming through with the affiliation being handed down by the New South Wales Rugby League. I understand the Newcastle referee appointments will be handed by John Taylor and also Shane Hayne in 2018.
That's correct.
Speaking of referees, we'll have a phone interview at half-time with Tommy Aylett, more than 223 first-grade games across his illustrious refereeing career. So stay with us. Tom Aylett will be our special guest at half-time. Catching up with Tom on the telephone as they now go through the hands of Tilts. They're coming up quickly, and they had to there. That was Woodbury coming out of the line, along there with Williams on Griffiths. Back to Tilts. He says, come and put me into the ground.
You've got to have people there for the offload speed. He was looking for offload there and not one person was near him.
So Granger high into the air. Carter's coming through and takes the tackle there on Harry O'Brien. Welcome to the Maitland Sports Ground.
Oh, welcome to first grade.
Welcome to the Business Plaza Cup. Doesn't come much tougher in regional football than the Newcastle Rugby League, one of the prestigious competitions. And under the new affiliation with the New South Wales Rugby League, Tom, plenty of incentives to head that way, breaking away, of course, from the Country Rugby League. So it comes away this time now to Barber, turning it away this time to Mataudia. The 25-year-olds lost the football, though, just on his own side of halfway, and Taylor says, yes, you just lost it, Carl.
Well, yeah. Yeah, just he dropped the ball, Pete.
Simple as that?
Yeah. I mean, think a little bit more ball security in your own half, but he's dropped the ball. There's not really much more I can tell you about that, Pete.
So if I was after a definition of losing a football...
Well, it depends if you kick it after he hits the ground.
That could be one of them. So yes, New South Wales Rugby League, the backbone of our competition from this point on. A new era, a new journey starts this weekend. It's Matt Harris's vision, along with the board of directors, to break away from the CRL. As the Pickers now looking to put on a bit of razzle-dazzle. That's Smith on the 30, leading by 6 points to nil here on the Bar TV Sports scoreboard. There's the interceptor there by Kirkwood. Luckily, he was there for the Goannas.
Geordie Connolly was in a hole then, Pete. I don't know whether he tripped over his own feet or he got a little slight ankle tap, but he was away. Connor Kirkwood wasn't hitting in. Luckily, he managed to get that intercept, but yeah, Geordie, don't know what happened to his balance then.
It's a real arm wrestle, as you'd expect.
Hold it, guys. Don't be short. Don't be short. Wait. Wait. Go. Good.
Caulfield's rivalry. It's intense.
Line movement. Back again.
So this is Warden.
Good. 4.
Inside the 40, Carter kicking it downfield. Luke Dawn with ball in possession. Comes back, tries to get away there from Blake Andrews, but Blake Andrews says, "You're going to be easy meat for me, Mr. Dawn." Luke Dawn, of course, he's probably accustomed to the warmer conditions. This time of the year now, if it was over in England, he'd be rugged
freezing
up in having his mince pie.
We just had a first interchange from Cessnock. Alex Mamoni comes off. I think I've said that right. And Brendan Halad just comes on the field. We've got a penalty, I believe. This is a roll ball.
Wait. It's not quick on this one.
You see it on TV. You see it here on your tablet, phone, whatever you're watching it on. We have the same interpretation of the roll ball. Get your foot to it or get your foot near it.
Wait for a kick. Wait. Go.
Coverage in 2018, interactive as it comes. Got Mick Carr,
Surrender.
Dougie Brooks and Matt Wilson, along with Matt Lantry and a few others. Watching our coverage here. Welcome to wherever you are watching around the world. This is the Newcastle Rugby League.
Mick Carr, congratulations on your win today.
They're up quickly there on Carter. Oh, get that into you, Paul. 5 metres out from the line. There's Brown surveying his options. Filippo inside the 10. Looking to strike back here, the Goannas. But they won't be striking back if they
Copy and paste.
He's
Dropped the ball.
Yeah.
He's dropped the ball.
Just a few unforced errors. Uncharacteristic
I said
from
last
the Goannas.
time, that's not the spot where you want to drop the ball. I guess you don't really want to drop the ball anywhere on the field.
There must be something about that bottom left corner.
I reckon it must be something about these new balls. They're not used to playing with the ones that got blue on them.
Well, it could be right. I'm not really a ball expert, but...
Well, I'm just trying to give the players a reason. Maybe they're just butterfingers.
So
your face,
no,
you're so confused.
You actually raise a good point. You spoke to me earlier about the balls.
Yeah.
They're different to the country rugby league balls.
They are.
The texture.
They are. I believe they are.
So the texture is different. So we're playing with new balls.
We are playing with new balls, and they are pumped up to a certain PSI. I can't tell you exactly what it is, but it has to be bang on correct.
All right. Well, we learn something every day.
Hold. 4.
Let's see if they can hang on to it. But so far, the pumpkin pickers, they're used to playing with these types of balls. Maybe they've been able to sneak a few into their training. They haven't have come up with as many errors as we've seen from the Goannas so far, but it's early days yet. O'Brien now, quick as grease lightning at the back, takes that one into his bread basket, has that one up for dinner. So coming off their own 10, big audience taking our coverage as well in the Cessnock Leagues Club today. Welcome to everybody listening in and watching the pitches from Bar TV Sports up there. The Goannas here trying it hard to get outside their own 20. The Pickers are not allowing them to until now. Line bust made there from Brendan Williams. So that's Woodbury. Sending it short now to Filippo. Last tackle now for Cessnock. Last in the grand final in 2014 at the #1 sports ground, going down to Western Suburbs on that day. There goes the kick. It's going to be played at by Dawn. He's got to get back into the field of play. He's got his winger there in Upton. And he finds him.
Just push the pass. I don't think it was necessary, that pass. The only good thing it's done for him, it's got him a great scoot out of dummy half, Luke Dawn. It was a great placement from that kick from Riley Brown. Just managed to hit the deck between the winger and the fullback, and it ended up drifting into the in goal. So good signs from both teams. Great kick and a great return.
So Jen Clifton also taking the coverage today. Cassandra McDonald watching on. Sam Keenan, the halfback from the Western Suburbs side, watching as well. Welcome, Sam. And Brett Standen tuning in as well. So this is the halfway line. There goes the kick. And Woodbury, it's gone over the top of his head. Turns around. He's got the welcoming reception party right in his eye line. And Hayden Granger beats him up along there with tilts coming from downstairs. So O'Brien coming in off the fullback. It's been busy, Harry O'Brien, in the opening 15 minutes of this match.
Yes, played in the under-19s grand final premiers for Cessnock Goannas last year, much like the player playing the ball, Connor Kirkwood. So it's a great reward to see the 19s getting their spots in first grade.
So Brown sending it away, this time to the edge. Where's the pace going to come from?
Luke Mercer, that's who it's going to come from.
So this is the last. Look for the crossfield. Well, not the best kick you'll ever see.
Is there a commentator's curse for kicks in general play?
That would probably be the one.
I just said how good his last one was, and he spews that one straight into Walshy's chest.
But how do you rate Tilt after the first 20 minutes of the match? He's been everywhere for the Pickers.
Oh, I'm scared to not rate him, actually. He's big. He's going to eat me. No, he's been very good. But like I said, they just need to push up with him and have just one person next to him, even if it's the fullback, even if Luke Dawn's up there, because every hit up he seems to want to offload that ball, and we've got another penalty. Turtle. Brendan Halad.
Ben Stone from Newcastle Knights. Watching on. What about Liam Higgins? He's left the South Newcastle Lions and
he's gone up to like Queensland.
Gone up to Queensland, yeah.
I heard about that. I didn't realise it was true until I saw the program. Normally you see a lot of stuff on Facebook.
And Royce Jeffrey back.
Is he playing? Is he playing today? No, he's not playing today. But he signed with Cessnock. I'm surprised. Actually, I didn't even realise. I forgot until you said his name. I was like, oh, wait, he should be playing. He didn't play in the lower grades.
So we've got a problem here for Rob Mason here.
No relation to Willie.
No relation to Willie Mason. He's tall like Willie. Definitely a bit more skilled than
Have you seen Willie Mason's teeth?
Mason. Have I seen Willie Mason's teeth?
His teeth. He's had his teeth done, like Brett Finch did. They're like perfect now. They're overly perfect.
You're talking about the Channel 9 Colgate smile?
Yeah, the Channel 9 Colgate. It looks like he swallowed a piano.
Sparkling white.
Yeah, he's sparkling white. That's right.
And Chris Hyde, of course, what a dynamic player for the Macquarie Scorpions for many a year. Not playing, of course, this year in the Newcastle Rugby League. Chris is watching on. And Chris Adams, another formidable admission from the Seagulls side. He's gone down to the Central Coast Rugby League this year.
I believe Chris Adams is captain coach of Toukley. Yeah. And Chris Hyde has gone to Woy Woy, who I believe that's who he played for before he came to the Scorps. But that could be wrong.
And Mark Tafua watching Tilts take this football up. That's Clydesdale. Sends it out the back door to Walsh. Offloads it. Back to Dawn. Oh, he's been called back.
The little tap on was forward, people. We saw the first Dane Tilts offload. He finally got someone up with him. He offloaded it. Second phase. Get that second phase going.
Might be able to have a look at the replay here. Here it comes now on the Bar TV Sports replay.
Offload.
Make your own mind up at home.
Heads in, guys, all heads in.
Oh.
Lock. Ball.
Let us know what you think on
just
Facebook.
Just let it play on, ref. It's your last game. What are they going to do? Drop you?
Come back. Wait,
you reckon?
Wait, come back.
Go out firing.
Mate, it's a nice story, though, for your dad on
is,
John
actually.
Taylor.
It
I
is.
mean, he wanted to come here and referee in his last match at the Maitland Sports Ground. What's the background story to that?
Well, his dad, my grandfather, is actually a life member of this club. So he, as a junior, he played for the East Maitland Griffins, which is affiliated to the Maitland Pickers. And his parents have just always been involved with Maitland. So it was just good to get a first game at Maitland Sports Ground, our last game at Maitland Sports Ground.
So it will be John's last first grade game with the whistle today?
Unless there is some form of referee injury crisis or some epidemic that goes around, yes, this will be.
For the viewers that don't follow our Newcastle Rugby League week in, week out, how many years has your dad been refereeing in this local competition?
In first grade or in just
in general?
I think he became a refereeing reserve grade in 1997.
Yeah,
1997, I believe, and first grade in 1999. He's done, I think, 6 first grade grand finals and about 340 games.
And this will be his last. John Taylor now will be week to week doing the refereeing appointments, along with Shane Hayne under the new structure of the New South Wales Rugby League. Of course, Shane Hayne involved with the NRL.
Yeah, he's still involved with referee development in the NRL. He still travels to Sydney a lot to do some coaching things with their up-and-coming national referees. But yeah, he is in charge of the appointments across Group 21, Central Coast and Newcastle. So John Taylor will obviously do a draft of the appointments, send them to Shane. Shane will then, if he needs to make any changes, he will do them and then send them out to the members. And we can see on our screen Rob Mason, he hurt himself a little bit before, but he tried to continue, and it looks like that left ankle is just early diagnosis syndesmosis. That seems to be the injury associated with every ankle problem these days. And it's not fun. I've had it twice.
It's a bit of a stoppage in play here.
Have you ever had the old syndesmosis, Pete?
No, I haven't actually. I wouldn't want to have it. It doesn't sound good, does it?
No, it's basically just a fancy way of saying that I rolled my ankle.
Is that right?
They need to bring up a fancy way of saying he dropped the ball, because he dropped the ball just sounds so plain and bland, as Gordon Ramsay would say, bland.
Yes. Maybe a little bit of Italian flavour we could bring into the rugby league.
Oh, absolutely. That was... I don't know what that accent was, but keep going.
There's Horwood.
Shoulder charge penalty on Adam Clydesdale. We can hear touch judge Greg Ricketts.
Bit of niggle going on here. We might just stick with this. Yeah, I mean, Horwood wasn't happy in the tackle with her lad.
No. We've got another meeting here. Something's happening here.
Barry Moore.
Hello, Barry.
Watching on. Former Quarry Scorpions coach.
Did you see on your Facebook post today, Pete? He's trying to be your wingman for the rest of the year. And I said he can fight me for it.
I think he's... Yeah, exactly. You've taken the words right out of my mouth, Tom. I think he's after your position, mate.
Oh, he can have it. I'm not going to be available every weekend. It just so happens that school holidays, there's barely any footy on, so I'm on tomorrow. So worked out really well. If I wasn't here, I'd be the water boy.
How's your singing career, mate?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. We'll talk about that in the next stoppage. But we see Dane Tilse, another 12-metre hit up.
Tom Taylor in the broadcast box. Clydesdale! Short by a metre or two. Gee, don't they have big numbers positioned to the commentary side? Tilts. Granger. Dawn. Griffiths. Steps off his right foot. Only about 4 metres out. So Scotty Williams back away to Granger. Clydesdale. Walsh. Dawn. Goes himself and he'll score. The captain coach. He doesn't muck around when he's got the football in hand. He leads from the front. 10 points to 0.
Great decision making. Great experience there. Luke Dawn didn't have to force the pass. He might have been able to force that pass and have them still score, but we'll be able to see on the replay he sees that that gap's just big enough for him to fit through and get that try.
Well, here it is on the Bar TV Sports replay. They've gone from one end of the field to the other. Beautiful shift. An immaculate piece of rugby league we've just witnessed there, with Luke Dawn being able to finish it off. That was slick. Very slick.
Well, there's a few pieces of play by Maitland that have been slick, and they've either been tackled, as you said, fingernail away from the try line, or the pass has gone a fingernail forward.
Few interchange players coming on. Alan Lantry, speaking of captain coaches, coming onto the field for the first time. Back in the fold.
Both teams have had their replacement dummy half brought onto the field. Jake McNamara for Cessnock has just replaced Josh Dimmick. But it's interesting. Jared Smith, who is a noted dummy half, played dummy half all last year for Maitland, has just come on the field, but they've kept Adam Clydesdale on. So look to see some form of double team out of dummy half, whether or not Clydesdale takes up a lock position, whether Jared Smith takes up a lock position. Oh, you're asking me if he kicked it? I don't know. I'm watching Jared Smith. No, he didn't. Come on, Pete. I'm just the wingman. Ask the viewers, actually, they're watching.
They're the ones with the actual scoreboard.
Yeah, we don't have a scoreboard here at Maitland. Everything's new except the scoreboard.
$8.6 million stadium, but we can't afford a scoreboard. Something wrong with that. So
well, we'll make it up.
What do you reckon?
We'll get corrected if we're wrong.
Let's go with 10-0.
10.
You happy with that? 6 and 4 is 10?
6 and 4 is 10, and none is none.
Exactly. This
10,
is
10 to none.
4 and 4 is 8. That's what he's got on his back.
Hold here. Go.
Made a name for himself of the Raiders. Looking to take the Pickers into the top 5 and further beyond in September. There goes the kick. That's Woodbury taking it nicely. The winger, to the applause of the faithful that have come away from Cessnock to be here with him today. And Clydesdale. Speaking of NRL experience, he's been there, he's done that. 2 years with Canberra.
Mercer's done his shoulder, Pete. You have a look, his shoulder stuffed after that hit. He's trying too hard just to hurt rather than stick. Looks like he's got a dead shoulder. His right one.
So Paul Carter finding Halad. Brenton forward. Takes him sideways. Warden about to fly onto it.
Oh, what a shot.
On McNamara. Last tackle here. Nice little weighted kick. Dawn. He's back into the field of play, though, the captain and the coach. And Halad takes him downstairs. 5 out.
Well, he's not just trying to get back in the field of play, Pete. He's trying to get as far as he can out. It's not a case of, okay, there's the line, I'm going to dive and plant the ball a metre out, and there's the tackle. I want to get to that 10, and he did. Really great mindset by Luke Dawn.
So the Pickers here, up by 10 points to 0. This is the Tui's Business Plaza Cup. The 5th year, Bar TV Sports have been live streaming the Tui's Cup.
Oh!
And Riley Brown, all of the experience, he knew where he had to be to come onto that ball, and tilts. Takes him sideways as McNamara now sees himself gallivanting back towards his own end of the field. Thank you there to Scotty Williams. There's McNamara again, coming short. Lantry. He's not in the Bahamas now, Lantry.
That's like standing on the line of the platform at a train station having one of those bullet trains pass you. Very near miss, but you can definitely feel the wind go past.
It's not good if you got a toupee.
No.
As Brown finding O'Brien. So Riley, he's going to go into acting half here before picking up Matautai. Puts it onto the toe, but the Pickers come away with it. About 5 in from that eastern touchline. So just as Georgie Connolly again. Not long before half time, inside the last 6 or 7 minutes of the first half here in the opening round of the Tui's Business Plaza Cup. Back to Tyler Carter, the first try scorer for the Pumpkin Pickers in 2018. Now to Smith. Taylor indicating the last. Granger, no stranger to the kicking duties today. And Woodbury, no stranger to his catching duties.
That was real close to be a penalty there. Almost taken off the ball, but a great catch. And Cessnock out of jail again. I think they might have been looking to the sun for that kick, but Marvin Filippo now working his way up to the 40.
So Rolly Brown looking around for runners.
So we've just done
and Mamoni, the Italian, Mamoni, playing big-time rugby league here in the Hunter. Carter, under pressure there from Granger. Dawn sending it away. Bit of a skip and go. But the Pickers are back out to their own 20.
That was a really awkward kick. I don't know why they've gone to the short side to put up a bomb. I think that might have been a little bit of miscommunication there, Pete. But anyway, it wasn't a bad bomb.
No, it's fairly good as Connolly. Finding out Jared Smith. Filippo. Been a workhorse for the Goannas. Lantry's been busy since he's brought himself out there as captain coach as well. And don't forget, Tom Aylett will join us at half time here on Bar TV Sports. Granger, great ball, back to Dawn. He's got support. Carter, he's still going. Carter pops it out the back. The crowd absolutely loving it. They would have even loved it more if he got his second of the day, but they've got a penalty right on the stroke of half time here, right in front of the post. What do you think they'll do?
Bring it back to the halfway and do that again. That's what they should do. We've got the replay. Oh, we've done it. Okay, that pass from Hayden Granger was a magical pass. It might have even fooled Luke Dawn, and he had to juggle it to catch it. But wow, that's some good stuff.
Credit to Woodbury too.
I think we got the penalty at the end, Pete, for someone might have been taken off the ball, so couldn't really see it from our point of view.
But well done to the 5 in the Goannas, Joe Woodbury, to come across and take Carter. Here he comes now. Lassoes him into the ground there. Look, bang. So a penalty right in front of the posts. Going into the break.
Lucky penalty there, because I don't think Tyler Carter's offload was 100%. What's the kick predictor say, Pete?
100%. What's the touch judge say?
100%. We got it. We were actually watching that time.
We got it right. So it's 12-0. 12-0 here after 37 minutes of the match here in the Newcastle Rugby League under the new affiliation of the New South Wales Rugby League. A new era, a new dawn, a new stadium. What more could we be after?
How about a scoreboard, Pete?
I'd like
There's always that one thing that you... And if we get a scoreboard, we can definitely find one other thing that we really want.
Exactly. Maybe we paid too much money for the turf. Very lush.
Oh, that's okay.
But we do have the old scoreboard over there on the hill. That has been able to withstand the whole time. Just not functioning here today. But the Pickers are functioning, aren't they? Connolly. His battery is ticking along. He's put the energizers in. They're fully charged as Clydesdale. I'm sure Don Brandy Adams, his grandfather, would be almighty proud of what Adam Clydesdale has achieved for himself in rugby league. That's come off the fingers there of Dawn. Back to the Goannas.
Tyler Carter thinking anything Hayden Granger can do, I can do as well. I don't think Tyler Carter's still a holder of his no-look passing licence after that. Especially considering that pass was to the captain coach. Cessnock on the attack now. Or are they?
Well, there's plenty of knock-ons here, but I think you'll find the first knock-on
You know what
will
they
be
did?
to Cessnock.
You know what happened again, Pete?
What happened there, Tom?
They dropped the ball.
Was that another knock-on?
Yep. But it's
It's round one.
These
You know.
three. Yeah, I know that, Pete. But
It's round one, Tom. You've got to have patience.
you can have patience round one under sixes when they all started playing.
What are you trying to tell everybody, Tom?
I'm trying to tell everyone that they've been playing long enough to hold the ball.
Do you think the humidity is very high today, Tom?
60%, I'm going to guess.
That's not very high.
No, it's not very high and it's not very slippery. We had no rain. It's all sunny.
Might be the new balls, Tom.
You know what? You're right.
Thank you, Tom.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Good to be back.
Yes, it is.
We'll be going around tomorrow. Looking
Yep.
forward to that one.
Yeah, can't wait.
Tom Taylor, one of the referees on the rise here in the Newcastle Rugby League competition. John Taylor playing his I always say playing. He's associated.
He's playing the referee
playing the
role.
referee role, isn't he? Hanging up his whistle today. Speaking of other referees that are not in first grade fold, Tommy Aylett. He'll be on the line with us at half time. Good to have Tom on the line. A lot of conjecture on Twitter. Tom's coming on to tell us as it is.
Oh!
Carter looking for his second. Couldn't quite come.
Great run from Granger there. Great vision. Saw the gap. Last tackle.
Play on. Smith. Nice ball out
Six
the
more,
back.
Pete.
Was it
Six more.
touched? It
Oh!
was touched. Walsh, try to Walsh. Right on the stroke of half time.
That whole line of Cessnock just shut up shop.
16-0 with a kick to come, Tom Taylor.
When you pick up the ball and you've got no one in front of you except the try line, you know you're going to have a good time. And that's what Ryan Walsh did. He had a great time scoring that try.
You keen to have a look at the replay?
Yes!
Alrighty, here it comes right now. Just supporting one another. Clydesdale instrumental. Not the best pass, but it was touched. And Walsh, the elusive number 7, the halfback, with a lot of pressure on his shoulders in this season. Wow. Showed no pressure whatsoever. Showed all the skills that a halfback can demonstrate.
Like
in
running
rugby
straight.
league. How good was he?
They always say to the halfbacks and say, oh, we need you to have a good running game. You need to run that ball straight and take the line on. Well, he ran the ball straight and took nothing on because no one was there.
Well, the Pickers, I'm sure everybody at home will be saying to themselves, been really impressed with the likes of the Dawns and the Tilters and the
More
Clydesdales.
people watching. Dybie, Benny, Nilso, Marcel.
Ikanofo. Good to have him back in the Newcastle Rugby League as there's the conversion.
Nilso asked me to say that if you ever need a wingman, he's available and he's a top commentator. He's out for 3 to 6 months with a shoulder injury.
Right, okay. So Barry Moore, he's also after the gig.
Yeah. Do you want to have fun?
Barry
actually would,
they're fighting words.
Barry would actually have a real good insight to the rugby league game because of being an ex-first grade coach, coaching to a grand final.
I had the pleasure of calling with Barry Moore in 2014 at the grand final. I said to Barry in the lead up to that, we need a commentator, Barry. Would you be able to come across, Anyway, he came across and he said, you didn't tell me I'm going to be here for the whole match.
Well, even if you get them both, another penalty, but you get them both. You got, it's a quick tap from Clydesdale.
Here they go again, the Pickers. There's the siren in the background. Back there now to Griffiths. Great ball. Granger's got support. Still going. Granger's going to score. What a scintillating rugby league try. And that has brought the entire Maitland faithful to their feet. I'm still getting over the loudness of the horn.
Can Adam Clydesdale see a scoreboard somewhere that says how long there's left in the half? It's like he knew there was only 10 seconds left, and that's why he took the quick tap.
Let's have a look at this on the Bar TV Sports replay.
Can you rewind enough?
That's right.
We have to rewind this right back to the halfway line. Take a look at this. Have a look at this play running ability. What about the ball from Griffiths? Great ball, wasn't it? Hayden Granger, I thought for a moment he was going to do it all. But Granger comes back into it there. And over he goes for his first try in black and white colours for the Maitland Pickers coming across from the Curry Bulldogs. Well done, Hayden Granger.
You can maybe write a couple of extra R's in Granger, because I love the way you said that on the run. Granger.
Granger. Say
It
that a
was-
few times.
Grrrr.
Tell you what, we've said it a few times today.
Yeah, we have.
It's all yours to take
So
the
that's-
kick, Tom.
Oh, okay, you're on the phone. All right. So, yeah, the half-time's gone. Ryan Walsh, flags go up, and referee Taylor blows half-time. Maitland versus Cessnock, and I believe that takes the score to Maitland 16 over the top of Cessnock yet to score. But Cessnock showing some enthusiasm running into the sheds now, so I guess that's a good sign.
I think it is.
back
I
to-
think they'll be very happy. I mean, Luke Dawn, it's been the perfect first half of football for Maitland.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And very exciting. Not much is happening down our left side of the field. But over to you, Pete, and the phone.
Well, throughout the week, there's been a bit of talk on the Twitter, in the world of Twitter, about Tommy Aylett and where he is in the first round of the Newcastle Rugby League. Well, I'll tell you where he is right now. He's on the line. Tom's been very nice of him to join us. Tom, you there?
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Jolly, and thank you for having me at your halftime entertainment.
I think the Pickers are in absolute control. I don't know how much of the first half you've been able to watch, but they're running riot up here at the Maitland Sports Ground.
Cessnock still yet to score.
Oh, that's excellent, mate. It's a fantastic time down at Toronto this morning as well.
Mate, throughout the week, what caught my eye and what caught many eyes in the world of rugby league, you were not in first grade this week. What's your thoughts on that, and what can you tell everybody, mate?
Oh, look, Pete, the start of the season was an opportune time to reflect on the achievements of the last couple of years. I can categorically confirm that I was the one that decided to step away from refereeing first grade. I thought it was an opportune time to finish on my terms as the grand final referee for the last couple of years. I'm certainly not walking away from officiating at any point. I'm still happy to officiate in lower grades, and I've made myself available to referee lower grades, given the refereeing numbers we have, or even pick up the flag, which was to the amusement of the crowd and some of the teams in Toronto today.
Right, okay then, mate. So you'll still be around down the track?
Yeah, mate, look, like I said, I'll still be around this season. I've been running for 20 years and done a couple of hundred games in first grade, and that's not including the flag. I've just said to Shane Hayne, who's the new referee's boss in the region this year, and John Taylor, which is his offsider, that I can offer an experienced hand, and certainly the overwhelming view of the club officials and players that I saw today was they hope I stay involved in first grade in some capacity, whether that is a touch judge or as a match day coach for the new referees coming through. I mean, John Taylor, it's his last game today there at Maitland, and mine. And not refereeing first grade this season. There's a big gap for up-and-coming referees, and I certainly hope I can contribute to their development in first grade in some capacity.
Tommy, mate, this is Tom Taylor. I'm co-commentating with Pete today. How you going?
Young Tom, hello, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. We were just talking throughout this first half at Maitland. There's an opportunity available for a co-commentator throughout 2018 with Pete Jolly. Would that be something that interests you?
Well, it certainly appears the name Tom is synonymous with commentating, and both Pete and I have faces for radio, so I certainly think that may be an opportunity that comes its way.
Pete wants me to ask you something. I don't know what you want me to ask him. Who won today? And what's the score at Macquarie, mate? Are you still there?
No, I had to leave Macquarie, but I can tell you, Lakes won the open grade. Won 19s, and Macquarie won open grade and reserve grade.
Did you have fun?
Mate, actually, it was good, and it was even better touch judging. I was proud. I knew which end of the flag to hold, and the crowd were giving it to me that I was holding the flag, which was just a good laugh.
Oh, it's all about the fun, isn't it? How are the kids going this year? Are they lining up to play again?
Mate, young Lucas is playing under sixes at Cardiff. He loves it. He sits there and watches the real NRL and the actual National Rugby League on TV. He loves listening to you and knows your face, so enjoy the commentary, and I'll be listening to your second half.
Tom, before we let you go, would there be any words of advice for Tom Taylor going forward in the Newcastle Rugby League competition as a first-grade referee? Any words of wisdom for him, mate?
Look, I was there when Tom did his first game, and I have no doubt I'll be there at some point when he does the grand final, down the track. The Taylor refereeing is obviously in his blood, and certainly I think what an opportunity for him now as probably one of the more experienced referees.
Thanks, Tommy. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
All righty then.
Guys, take care.
Okay, Tom, thanks very much, mate, and we'll catch up down the track.
Cheers, Pete.
Tom Aylett there. Of course, Tom just mentioned there, not refereeing in first grade thus far, but he's done more than 233 first grade games here in the Newcastle Rugby League, and we wish him well in the future to come. And Tom, talk us through what's happening here at half-time. A bit of money to be up for grabs,
yeah,
isn't it?
Well,
bit of money.
Up for grabs. I think it's just been grabbed. We had the kick for cash, so we got a Toyota Hilux or something parked out in the middle of the field, and I believe the task was to kick the ball from 30 metres away, and it's got to at least bounce in the tray. And I think the first attempt from someone in the crowd went in, and that was $250. So we missed it. Well, we didn't miss it. We just weren't watching. But I think that's what happened. I'm just waiting for clarification. Usually our cameraman turn around and usually gives us an update, but I don't think they were watching either.
Tom, you're a man of stats, aren't you, mate?
Oh, yep, sure I am.
Well, your dad, John Taylor, blew 6 penalties in the first half to the Cessnock Goannas and 3 to the Pickers.
So he's only got, 24 more to blow to get to 33.
Exactly right. And a few other results coming in from the Newcastle and Hunter Rugby League. The Challenge Cup final result in Ladies League Tag. University, too good for Dora Creek by 42 points to 0.
I've had a look at that uni team. They're pretty strong. A lot of good players in that team.
In Pool B, Patterson River, too good for Glendale, 28 points to 6. And it's half-time in Pool A, and it's Cardiff leading Belmont by 18 points to 0. So there you go, up to date now if you follow the Newcastle and Hunter Rugby League competition. And back here at half-time at the number 1 sports ground here in Maitland, the score is 24 points to 0. The Pickers over the Cessnock Goannas.
Wow.
What do you think Al Lantry is saying downstairs to fire up his Goannas leading into the second 40?
Well, it's just not to, the ball's still alive. Unless it's not, it's still alive. So I think you'd be just telling everyone to remain switched on. We saw a couple of times there when a second phase play. We saw Dane Tills' offload. We saw the ball go to ground for their second last try from Ryan Walsh there. They just sort of stopped. They stopped pushing up in defence. They stopped sliding with each other. They thought everything was complete. Okay, it's the next play, and then it just came to a try. So I think you'd be just saying keep switched on.
So Marcel, hope he has a big season in 2018.
With the Butcher Boys, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, let's just speak about the Butcher Boys for a moment. Haven't they got big gains this year? Plenty of
big gains.
Plenty of big gains. Plenty of big fellas coming across from the Rosellas. And I guess that's a testament to Craig Miller's poaching ability.
Well, poaching ability, I don't know whether you'd call it poaching. I think just the impact he had when he was here previously, just the respect that he's gained with a lot of players and a lot of through the community as well, that everyone just wants to play under him. So a lot of the guys he's attracted from West, everyone turns around and goes, well, he's just pinching from West. Yeah. Well, he was the coach there. He coached them to 4 back-to-back premierships, and people just like playing under him. So it's not a case of him stealing, it's a case of them wanting to play under Craig Miller.
Craig Miller led the
But yeah,
There
you're
was
right.
the 3 grand final victories.
Who have they
Last
got?
victory.
CU.
Yeah.
Carl Richardson, Marcelo. Well, he signed last year. He just couldn't get a clearance to play, so he was there already. Who else? Steve Gordon came from West. He came from last year. Now I've got a mental blank. Can't even think
Well,
of who
I
they
mean,
got.
let's just go through the list just quickly before Maitland do come out. Let's have a think. Simon Williams, he's gone over
yes,
as well.
Simon Williams, yep.
Don Murphy.
Don Murphy actually played. He's a junior there. He won an under-19s premiership in 2015 and played the 2016 season in first grade. Got rookie of the year, and then he went to Parramatta, and then he was back. So he's worth 0 points, Don Murphy, and he's an excellent player.
Shane Gray's also gone over with Williams, Richardson, and Terence Ciu.
God, Terence is a big pickup if he can play the whole season. You'd have him at probably Terence at 9. Nathan Taylor and Brad Murray in the halves, great kicking games.
And of course, as we mentioned, Toddy Edwards in his first year as coach at Lakes United this year. He's picked up the likes of Josh and Cody Charles. They're back from Griffith. For Pooley, Daniel Peck, who's getting a run from the West Tigers NYC group. They've lost a few players, though, as we alluded to, the likes of Chris Adams, Dylan Hart and Gagai. Randall McClintock, he's not playing, and of course Jay Sullivan, he's no longer lining up there as well this year.
I wonder why though, Pete. I saw him at the season launch and he was in a full Lakes get-up and he was looking fit, he was looking match fit. So I got told that this morning, like when I got up I saw that, Jay Sullivan just out, and I have no idea why. Do you know anything that I don't?
No, I don't, to be honest with you. Stay tuned to this space. We'll try and have a word with Toddy Edwards throughout the week and see what has happened there. But let's see how the next 40 minutes unfolds here in round 1 of the competition. 40 down, 40 to go. You're on Bar TV Sports, the grassroots provider, doing this, can you believe? Since 2014. This is the 5th season Bar TV Sports has been able to take the Newcastle Rugby League under their own wing. And the Pickers here looking to get themselves away again through Walsh. Wow, he has been everywhere. He
Great
has
offload
been
there
dynamite.
from Jared Smith. So Jared Smith looks like he's come on a normal dummy half, but he seems to be playing that second row role, and he was able to get a nice offload there to a flying Walsh.
So Clydesdale away. Walsh again. That's the 10-metre zone. That's the last tackle now. They go the short side. Butterfield, he's close, he's strong, he's too strong in the end. After only 40 seconds of the second half, it's the Pickers extending their margin by another 4. It's 28 points to 0 over the Cessnock Goannas.
That just looked easy. Did that not look easy to you? That whole set from 100 metres in length, that whole set was. That just looked easy. Whether it was brilliance from Maitland or just a bit of lazy defence from Cessnock, I'm not sure.
Well, this is it on the replay. Let us know at home what you think. Cessnock there trying their best, but they just couldn't stop the power of the Pumpkin Pickers. It was just a domino effect, wasn't it? Get out of my way, bang, bang.
Well, we saw the offload and the line break from Ryan Ross, but before that they'd already progressed to around halfway. So they were making great metres from every hit up. I don't think that's what Al Lantry was wanting them to do in the second half, Cessnock. We got comments, Pete, or is it just... We'll find out who's watching. Matt Lantry. Did he say anything?
He hasn't said much today. Matt's been busy. He's been up in Port Macquarie with his Rugby League Academy.
Oh, cool.
And doing tremendous things there. There's the kick from the sideline. The Pickers, well, they can't do anything wrong here today at the revamped Maitland Sports Ground.
No, and if you had have asked me before the game who I thought would have won this game, both teams have played against Curry, and both teams have lost by 2 points against Curry. So I thought it was going to be a lot closer than this, to be honest, Pete.
Well, on paper, it certainly looked that way coming into the match, but the Maitland Pickers, they have put on a performance and a half for this crowd in excess of nearly 2,000 people here today that have come here to christen this new stadium. And they'll be back. Wins brings bums on seats. and an aura of enthusiasm around the town. The Pickers. Are they the real deal in 2018? They've been humming along for a number of years outside the semi-finals. But Luke Dawn has got this side, I think, where he wants them. I know it's only round one, so let's not jump the gun. If they can keep this up and keep the talent on the field, they do have depth this year too, Tom.
The Pickers?
The Pickers.
They do.
And I think that's where they've lacked that grunt over the last couple of seasons. They haven't had depth, but that's all set to change this year. Filippo to the halfway line.
Oh. He lost it.
Yeah, he's bubbled it.
No, he was definitely pushed. I was very surprised to see that as a lost ball, but we've got a tip from the touch judge, Brendan Callender, and yeah, as he got up, he was sort of bending over, but he just got that shove in the back, which forced him to lose balance. So, penalty, well worth it. Would have been very harsh to say that was a drop ball.
So there's the tap taken. Marvin tucks it under his arm and takes it down to the 20. Under clear blue skies here. Brendan Halad, one of the stalwarts of the Goannas squad. Filippo. Never says die. McNamara. They're up quickly there on Carter. Offloaded the pass though, didn't he, to O'Brien?
Smith got him on the arm though. He was away, O'Brien on the outside.
Still held in the tackle as Brown coming short. This time it's Corey Barber. So it's the last tackle now for the Goannas. Carter. There goes the kick into the in-goal area, but the Pickers have done well.
He's in.
Back into the field of play, only just.
That Upton, great work. Was it?
It's Upton over there on the wing, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got flip a coin. Can't see the numbers.
He's done tremendously well to get his body in that position. This is Geordie Connolly. As the shadows start to creep across the revamped stadium here. Don't forget, all first grade clashes.
Oh, that's high.
This year will be 3:30, not 3 o'clock, because we've got a plethora of games to get through. So all first grade clashes in first grade this year. Just to make a note of it, if you're coming to the games, 3:30 in the afternoon.
Just come at 3. Come at 3.
Just come here at 10:30 and enjoy a plethora of action all day long.
I was here at 9:30.
You had the keys to the front gate.
Felt like I did. This could be on report here, Pete.
Yeah, let's go in and have a listen to our referee here, Johnny Taylor.
No, I didn't bring you over here to listen to you. I brought you over here
sir.
so you would listen to me, okay?
Listening.
Yeah, right. That's a high tackle. I'm not saying there's intent, but the review committee will check that, okay? It's on report.
So the first report of the season.
Just wait.
The review committee will check that. So when
There's
will
a free to change-
when will the
free to
review
change on that
committee
one if
get
you want
together
us on
for that
report?
one, Tom?
They'll get together pretty quick now. It's done in Sydney, all the review panel. So being a New South Wales run tournament now, all the judiciary procedures are held in Sydney, and the hearing itself will be held next to McDonald Jones Stadium. And that's it's a lot more efficient now that we have a little bit more of a professional board handling that. So, but yeah, it did look pretty bad, and I'm glad that it was put on report.
There was spice coming into this match.
Come on, Brendan, lad. Wait here. Don't go early. Don't go early.
Caulfield's derby.
Hold. Go, 2.
It's Clydesdale finding Connolly. There's a punch up here.
Oh, stop it!
Punches have been thrown.
I said it at the start of the game. They want to get in Paul Carter's ear.
Well, I just said then, a bit of spice. This is not what you'd like to see in the opening round of the Newcastle Tooheys Cup. Let's see if our cameras have been able to pick this up on replay.
It was off the ball. I can understand if they didn't.
Wait, move away.
Oh, look at that. Good job, Paul.
Walsh was in there.
Move away. Alan, let's just take your team away.
Well, Paul Carter has just instigated the situation by the looks of that.
Maitland, 10 metres. Let's get him away.
Let's see if we can.
Now, I believe the touch judge, Greg Ricketts, has
Slow
come on
it
with the
down.
flag up, so we'll get a report from him.
Don't want you just yet. Don't want you just yet.
There you go. There's the pictures on Bar TV Sports. Let's go in and have a listen to the referee here.
Again.
I've got zip.
Strong tackle.
Yep.
7 gets up, pushes 6.
Yep.
6 face left him.
Yep.
7 for Maitland throws punch.
Okay, so we've got 6 here for
Yep.
the bin. We've got 7 here for the
Yep.
bin, and we've got a penalty to Cessnock for the push after
Correct.
play the ball.
Correct.
Yep.
Yep.
Right up. So we're gonna bring over 6.
Hey, Pete, I reckon
Yep.
6 and 7 are going to go from the bin. That's just
I
my
don't have a call
prediction.
time out just yet.
Okay, so we've got time off here.
So come over. We've got a 7. 7 Maitland.
Walshy and Carter are both going to the bin. That's just
7
my early
Maitland.
prediction.
So Ryan Walsh is
You're talking.
taking the walk.
Okay, just listen to the touch judge report to me.
After the play the ball, 7 for Maitland pushes the Cessnock player.
Yep.
Cessnock player retaliates, then 7 throws punches.
Okay, so he's throwing punches. That's nothing else I can do.
Yeah. He's
So-
throwing something back though.
Yeah, we got that. Cool.
So
Don't
Ryan
need you, animals.
Walsh
Penalty's going to go against you for him throwing it
being
first.
sent to the sin bin
6.
for throwing the first punch.
Same thing.
And now here comes Paul Carter in his first return match in the Newcastle
Six,
Rugby
listen to the
League.
touch judge report to me.
After the play the ball, 7 for Maitland pushes 6. He retaliates with a slap, then throwing punches.
Yep. So throwing punches. Okay,
punched
you're
me.
right. You go.
And now
Your penalty over here.
Paul Carter.
Yep, your penalty over here.
has
Well,
been
I
sent
can
to the sin bin as well.
I can guess good.
Wait. I'll wait for you, BC.
You must be a referee, are you?
Yep. Just a little bit.
good?
Trying to get to me
I was
340th
talking
game.
to touch judge. But it's good to know that you're okay.
Okay, so both sides are down to 12. He has said that the first punch has come from
Stay calm.
Ryan
guys.
Walsh
It's just a game.
and Paul Carter
It's okay.
retaliated.
11
Pictures of Bar TV
Like it.
Sports
Hold. Go. 1.
throughout the week will be taken to the judiciary, to the review committee,
Move. Back here. All the way.
and
Hold.
dealt with accordingly. So Halad now
Legs
straightens the
now.
play down to the 20.
Release. Go. 3. Play on. 3.
So Riley Brown again.
Move it, 15. Back here. Hold here.
Not sure what to do with the football on that occasion. Is
Also-
Riley.
Looks like McNamara's playing sort of the 5/8 role vacated by Carter.
Here's a chance out wide for the first try of the season.
He's out.
They've gone over the sideline.
Gone out.
Tough
The
judge has put his flag up.
The dreaded size 15 boots that Joe Woodbury wore has just bit him in the backside there.
We're about to look at the replay here. Here it comes now, Tom, on the screens of Bar TV Sports. It's a nice scrambling effort there from the Pickers to go across and deny.
You only need 5. That's all you need in the scrum. 5.
Potentially
Don't need
their
any more.
first try of the afternoon here in the Newcastle
You can
Rugby
put 6 in
League.
if you want. Righto, let's go for ball.
Johnny Taylor telling the Pickers to put the ball into the scrum and coming out of it off their own 10-metre line.
Hold here. Hold.
Whatever you just did then. Yeah,
Good work,
good job.
I turned him up.
2.
Oh.
Square marker.
I was like,
Hold.
thought you were playing with the feedback or something. I was like, what are you doing, Pete? Sounds like someone's up here blowing raspberries. There it is again.
Hold here. Go. 14, hands out.
As we said, Spice.
Hold. Go.
Wouldn't be a Coalfields clash without a bit of spice, would it?
5 and last.
Well, you did ask for spice in the Ramsey tone.
Hold here.
I do remember things.
Got a great memory, Tom. Can't put much past you. Kirkwood. He's been strong. Haven't been able to put much past him.
Stand up.
He's been
6.
solid out there on the wing for the
Square
Goannas.
15. Go.
He's done everything that he's been asked to do
13.
for Alan Lantry in his side.
Good. 2.
He's not a noted winger, Connor Kirkwood. He played all 19s in the halfback position. I think he's just been given a spot on the wing, probably due to his training. Now, this is inside the 40.
Well, he's
Was that
pushed it
even
back,
the 20? That wasn't the 20.
So he's done exceptionally well.
For no reason. That wasn't even the 20. That was
Well,
past the 30. He didn't even get to the 20. I don't know why he did that.
well, this is a sensational effort. He thought that hindsight was going to come back and probably bite him on the bum, but he was able to knock it back into the field of play. Just have a look at this. It was well inside the 40. It was angling down towards the 20, but he's pushed it back.
It didn't even get to the 20.
No.
That's the thing. That's the 20-metre line that it didn't get to. So it was all that spectacular stuff for not much.
But that's confidence, though, from Upton. Backing his own ability there.
And he's made me lose my train of thought. I don't know what I was talking about now. Take it away, Pete. Set's yours.
The main thing is, Tom, you know who you're refereeing tomorrow.
Yes.
That's the main thing.
Kirkwood, that's who I was talking about.
As Halad takes Tyler Carter on the back of him. So Riley Brown again. This is Woodbury. Straight through. He's only a few metres out, isn't he? Kirkwood calling for it out here on his wing as Barber feels the impact there at a magnitude of 7.6 on the Richter scale.
7.6. At least 7.6. Yes, as I was saying, Pete, Connor Kirkwood played halfback last year in the under-19s grand final and all through his under-19s career. Probably won't find someone that puts more effort into the fitness drills at their training session. He's probably the fastest in the whole club. And I swear he runs triathlons every second day. Ridiculously fit. He's like a Cessnock Goannas Thor.
So we've got 22 minutes remaining here in the second half. Hope you're enjoying our opening round of the Newcastle Rugby League for 2018. Each round live and exclusive on the home of Big Time Rugby League, Bar TV Sports. Entering our 5th season. We'd like to thank all the clubs, the trainers, the coaches who have come along for the ride over those years to make our cameras accessible at every opportunity midweek. At Smith. Sideways into the ground by Filippo. So it's the last tackle now, signals Taylor as Granger hoisting it high, and O'Brien fingertip control of the back, and he's been smashed.
Butterfield. That's about a 7.8.
This is Kirkwood. Can't miss him.
Thor. He'd like that if I'm calling him Thor. He just had to cut his hair because Thor got his hair cut. Are you going to see the new Avengers now that we're talking about Thor?
I'm primed and prepped, ready for it.
It's out on Anzac Day.
You going to the dawn service?
Of Avengers?
Of the Anzacs?
No. I'm not going to the dawn service Avengers.
Okay.
I don't know. I keep saying every year that I'm going to get up for the dawn service.
Well,
But we'll see how I go. I'll set the alarm. I'll definitely set the alarm.
you can get the catch and ride from McDonald Jones Stadium if you don't want to deal with all the bicycles that go in there along Honeysuckle Drive.
Okay.
If you're the athletic man, as you are, I don't think a bike ride would be out of your league. It's a nice touch, actually.
Well, it might be after Tuesday night.
What's happening Tuesday night?
Well, you got the day off the next day, Pete. What do you think's happening Tuesday night?
You going out, are you?
We've got a referees meeting, and the meeting happens to be at a place where there's a bar.
Oh.
So I'm going to politely ask the chairman, Craig Dyberty, if we can have a tab on.
I thought water was free.
It is.
Knowing Dybert, that's what
fire water.
that's what you'll be getting, mate.
Oh, no, sorry. Our meeting's on Monday. I'll find something to do on Tuesday.
Maybe practice your bike riding just in case you need those two wheels to go into the service.
I could end up on a bike, Pete. I'm not going to lie.
You enjoy a bike ride?
No. To be
Are you
brutally honest, I don't. The rest of my family do, but I don't.
This is the Pickers with the football. They're enjoying a ride and a half here today. They're riding home the glory. This is Connolly. Upton. Well, the winger hasn't put a foot wrong. Tilt's been strong. Butterfield been everywhere. Clydesdale, the instructor from dummy half, making the big meters forward for his big boppers to follow on the back of, and that's Tilt again. On the back of more than 250 games. The Pickers are going down the sideline. The Pickers are kicking. The Pickers are chasing. The Pickers are...
Oh, what?
Well, I was going to say the Pickers are pickling their way to the line, but they've come up with the...
Granger!
What happened?
What's going on? You slam it down with your hand.
Well,
I don't know why he's trying to pick it up.
did he have fumbles, did he? He must have had the fumbles. Let's have a look. Do you want to see him have the fumbles?
It's like Dave Taylor in 2012 Game 2 of Origin.
All right, then let's have a look. Let's keep Tom happy.
Just slam it down, Hayden.
Well, he's trying to slam it down.
He's trying to pick it up.
Yeah, but
watch.
He's got to get in the position to put it down. He wasn't in the position, Tom.
It's like a game of snap. Just whack your hand on the ball.
Rugby league is not a game of snap.
Right there it was. And snap would get you 4 points.
Well, if he kicked it after he snapped it, he would have got 6.
That's right. Because at that point in time it was a game of snap. And he played it wrong. He dropped the ball, Pete.
But maybe he was playing a game of bingo, Tom. And his lucky numbers didn't come up.
That's
so he
right.
couldn't.
None of his numbers came up. Ranger.
But what a performance he's had, Tom.
Yeah, he's been
Can't
good.
deny that. He's been one of the best for the Pickers.
We'll get him a deck of cards.
I'm worried about your blood pressure.
Oh, mate, I got this new Apple Watch and my heart rate just went up to about 110 then.
Do you play snap yourself?
No, I'm worried that it might break a finger, if you collide hands, if you just both go onto it.
Yeah. Do you lack calcium?
No. I have a coffee every morning. Full cream milk.
Oh, well, you should be... Oh, what a shot! Oh, that's a bell ringer! Put that on the highlights reel and send that one home to Mama.
Jesus, hit of the week. Oh, my God. He's loving it too, Dane Tills. He's like, that came out of nowhere.
Talk about calcium.
Wow.
Let's see how his bones are after this bone
I bet he
jattler.
shook the tripod on the camera.
He would have shook more than and more. Take a look at this. We'll try and slow it down. Bang! Get that into you.
Even the people in our vicinity have just walked over to see the replay. That's how good it was.
They love it. That's what Newcastle Rugby League is all about. The big hits.
They could have knocked the goalpost over with that hit. Oh, this is going to be a big set, Pete.
Stay with us.
Who wants to take a run up right now?
It's 30 points to nil.
A strip, Jared Smith.
Stripped of the ball.
That's the new rule, Pete. Are you aware of it?
I am now. Tell everybody what the new rule is about.
Well, normally last year and beyond last year, once you had 2 people in the tackle, regardless of what happens then, you couldn't strip the ball. So if one person dropped out, the other person couldn't strip the ball, even though at that point in time it's one-on-one. Now the rule is at any point in time it's one-on-one, you can strip the ball. So if you can have a player drop out, the other person can strip the ball. It's Luke Dawn.
Turning to Carter. Can he get there, Tom? He's lost the football, and it's play on. He surrendered the football.
Not on purpose, I'd say.
Because of the jolt coming over the top from the fierce competitors of the Goannas. This is Barber. Don't you love rugby league being back on the screens of Bar TV Sports?
Yes. Creepy.
It can be creepy, but we try and make it...
It was creepy for Dane Tills. He's that tall he didn't even know something hit him.
Wait here, guys.
Everything was just under him.
This game's humming along nicely. You can just feel there's going to be a few more moments in this match.
I hope Bar TV do a hit of the week, Pete, because you wouldn't have to go searching.
Well, we're always after different segments. So what would you call it, the hit of the week?
Yeah, hit of the week. That's what they do in the NRL. They post up a hit of the week. I just know week 1, Benji Marshall got it.
Yeah, that's the biggest hit we've seen in a long time in the Newcastle Rugby League.
Oh, in at least 6 months.
at least since last
At least,
September
yeah.
in the last grand final. Carter. He's been quiet. The Pickers.
His fists haven't been quiet.
He's back on the field after 10 minutes in the bin. Carter. O'Brien.
Oh, he's got the offload.
Towdy has gone without it, and Connolly dives on the Scrappy football.
Well, I believe Connolly used to play for Cessnock, so he probably just saw the big bald head. Oh, look, it's Geordie. I'll pass it to him.
Move 12, 7. Hold.
Blake Andrews and Alan Lantry being rested on the bench for the Goannas. As Maitland. Haven't been able to do much wrong today, have they?
Move him. Hold here, hold here.
In one-way traffic. 30-0. Tilts
Oh,
gets the
Let it go, 7.
impressive
Tilts
thighs
against Warden.
pumping. Gee, you wouldn't think he was 33. Here's the kick off the legs of Dawn. And the 35-year-old finds the touchline, 20 metres out from the Pickers on the opposition's line.
he'll tell you, though, 35's the new 25.
It is. It is.
Does it keep going backwards? 25's the new 15.
But on the other end, if you get to the 70s, the government wants you to work now to your 80 for the pension.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We're in the age gap, Tom, that we have to work till we're at least 76.
Oh, what?
What are we going to do?
Imagine by the time we get to 60, though.
You'll be still blowing
And then
your,
it'll be
your whistle.
Yeah. Thanks for the pause between blowing and your whistle, by the way.
No,
Makes it
well,
sound very different.
you've been a busy man this week with all the rule interpretations, and
That
here's
looked
another messy play.
That looked like rugby union.
To the roars of the crowd.
We're going to see a try here. Early predictions.
I think they'll be able to notch up 34 before we go home tonight.
I think so,
They're
yeah.
on a roll, aren't they?
Yeah, no, they're playing really well, the Pickers.
Don't forget the big day here today, Pickers Old Boys Day. The Harry Hoffman Memorial Round. And this new stadium, if you just clicked onto the coverage, $8.6 million to complete. The grandstand here has a seating capacity of 1,100 seats. We've got a new canteen, the dressing sheds, we've got new turf, we've got new amenities,
An elevator.
an elevator.
Well, it's actually really good because it allows the people with the disability to get up in the top of the grandstand where there is actual assigned disability seating.
Where we're actually broadcasting today from, if you look at the concrete. Oh! Talking of maybe putting in for a concussion or
It's a
a
penalty. This is a
disability permit, might be this bloke on the end of this. Have a look at this. Let's see how he's fared.
What?
Bang!
Ooh.
Carter.
Ouch, 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 ouch. And he's down.
Well, he was nearly cut into two. Have a look at this. Whoosh! That brings me back of shades of Mal Meninga, late 80s. He broke his arm doing something similar to that at the Sydney football stadium. That was just
Brutal.
something that you just don't want to see.
Did he get air? Did he get airborne?
Yeah, a couple of centimetres off the ground.
That was a penalty to Cessnock.
Here it is again, yeah.
You know how?
You tell me why?
I don't know. I was too busy picking my jaw up off the ground.
I was still getting over the impact of that aggressiveness off the upright. I hope he's okay.
I think he's playing. I think he's still on.
He's still
He's
out
tough,
there.
Tyler Carter.
Gee, you'd want to be after that.
9-10.
How he didn't split himself into two is beyond words.
Pizza.
Credit to the padding here at the number one
We did
sports
say there were
ground.
new pads.
They are new
They are
pads,
new
and,
pads.
and they've passed the test here, Tom. Just like this football we're playing with in 2018. New ball, new grip, new texture.
Hold, go.
As Brown tries to get to the football, but that time it didn't go to him. It ended up going there to Andrews, back there to Brown. Now they hoof it high off the boot there of McNamara.
Too deep.
And
too
Upton
deep.
goes up and takes it nicely. We haven't got long on the clock to go, have we? I can't tell you how long it is to go.
about, this is where algebra is great. X. We'll call it X plus 15
X
equals.
plus 15 equals 10.
I don't know. That's not right, actually. X plus 15 equals 15. What does X equal? No, that's not right either. X plus 15 equals 30. What does X equal? That's what we got. 15. X equals 15. Did I mention I failed algebra?
I only did maths in practice. That was what maths did you do?
I counted to 6 so I could be a referee.
Well, the right calling.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the crowd loving this today.
I don't know what happened.
Taking the catch on the full in the grandstand. Don't you love that? The
that's a
spectators.
prize.
That's fan engagement at its best.
Oh, yes.
This is Lincoln Smith. Still going down to the 80th. Walsh.
Oh,
how we go. Granger losing it. Kicked ahead, called back. Lost ball, Maitland.
Lost ball, Maitland, trying to promote.
Trying to promote.
Second.
Yep.
Cessnock lose feed.
So the dying 10 minutes of the match.
Who do you reckon's been the best on the park so far, Pete?
For the Pickers?
Well, obviously.
I think you'll find Walsh, Granger. I think Granger's been everywhere. Dawn, been good at the back, hasn't he? How about we name about 4, mate?
Yep.
Happy
Sounds
with
good.
that?
Yeah.
I think we go with the likes of Tilts, Clydesdale and Dawn.
I reckon Walsh.
Walsh
I'd
has
say
been
Walsh,
all right.
yeah.
Throw him into the mix.
Yeah, throw him into the mix. At Curry Bulldogs last year, Ryan Walsh. For the first half of the year anyway, and then he went missing. I think he was signed by a rival club in a different association though.
I think he's patronising me here. Wait there, doesn't mean food.
John Taylor in his last game. The dying minutes for him. How do you think he'll go in retirement? I say there's an element. He'll miss it.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. And he won't be.
Was it an
he's
easy decision?
No, I don't think it was. He put a lot of thought into it. And I don't think he's retiring from refereeing. It's just these games he won't be doing. So you could see him in a C grade, you could see him in an open grade, you could see him in an A grade.
Yeah.
You could see him in a first grade on the line.
Oh, have a look at that defence coming over the top. Tilts. Juggled, lost. Ball's on the ground. Brings a roar from the crowd.
You could tee the music up then, the time the ball spent in the air, between first touch from Brendan Aladdin, the way he had his arms out and the ball was there. There was an eternity.
And don't forget, the unsung heroes of any streaming is the cameraman. Doing it hard. They've been here all day long. They're bringing the pictures and the switches and the... doing the scoreboards. All new technology in 2018 at Bar TV Sports. And Connolly, Jinx, comes back on the left. Matauti is coming after him. Takes it about 5 metres out from the line. Now to Walsh. Oh, hold on. Walsh didn't even get the football because he heard a penalty from Taylor. What was that penalty there for, Tom?
Marker not square.
So they're not going to waste any time, are they, here? The Pickers is going to take the tap and get on with it here in front of nearly 2,000 faithful. This is Granger. 10 metres out.
Hey guys, we've got a guy down.
Got a guy down here.
This is an early prediction, early runner-up for the most brutal game of the year. We've had a bit of a head knock from the Cessnock number 13, Blake Andrews. It was on the opposite side of the commentary box. Well, when I say box, we're kind of out in the open. But it's a great atmosphere here at Maitland Sports Ground. You know, Pete, did you know that Maitland, every home game last year, they were able to fill the grandstand?
Every home ground.
Every single home game, they filled their grandstand. There was not a seat left in that grandstand.
That's impressive, wasn't it?
Yep, all 40 of them sat in that grandstand at Coronation Oval.
So
Pete, you're on your phone. Get off your phone.
Trying to get some scores actually from half-time in other games, but let's stick with the action. There's another shot. The ball's gone out the back, Tom Taylor. Oh, what a ball! Tunnel ball. Didn't we all enjoy that at school? Down to the 10-metre line. Did you enjoy that years ago?
I did.
Yeah. Oh, that's a highlight. But I don't think Filippo's having a highlight. He's got cramps.
Who invented cramps?
I
don't like those people.
Whoever told us not to have magnesium, Tom. Magnesium brings on cramps, doesn't it? Or a lack of?
Yeah.
Is that what we learn in science?
Man, I learned in science that the Bunsen burners are the most greatest thing school has ever brought to people. They just provide endless amount of fun.
So in half-time in all other grades today, we're going back 40 minutes. I'm trying to get scores as quickly as we can, but Macquarie Scorpions were leading Lakes by 18 points to 6. And at half-time, South Newcastle lead Curry by 10 points to 4.
You missed another tunnel ball, Pete. That was an accidental tunnel ball.
Was that a good one?
It was pretty good. That looked more like the days at school, that one.
How did you rate that out of 10?
Oh, that was a good 7.5.
Yeah. Copybook stuff.
Yep.
There's Mataudia. So there's 10 minutes remaining here in the second half.
The lights have just been turned on.
There goes the kick downfield. There's Upton. Looking around, trying to beat Kirkwood. Steps away from Kirkwood. But Mataudia. It's been strong in 4 for the Cessnock side. Can't doubt him. Connolly bouncing away from that tackle. He'll sleep well tonight. With the heat pad on. This is Josh Griffiths with a penalty.
Look for the quick tap. Is he going to do it? No, he's not.
He's got to release.
Well, they're just looking around here, the pumpkin pickers, as Corey Barber goes across and Taylor says, talk to Brendan Halad about that one as they bang it in towards touch. What a beautiful catch.
Oh, by the old dude. Oh, and not a very good pass, though. He's a winger.
Oh, they love it. Oh, the pickers on and off the field. They cannot do anything wrong here today.
Surrender.
As we head into round 2 of the Newcastle Rugby League competition next weekend. Next Sunday will be our live stream match. Granger. That's for 20. An intrepidating atmosphere here. This could well turn into the new Coliseum of local rugby league here. That atmosphere just echoes off the stands and comes straight back into the
There's some CRL
stands.
rep game or rep final that's going to be played here.
Back to Till. Till get a try from that range, won't he? Of course he will. He's never in doubt. Give him the try. Thank you very much. He'll take that any day of the week.
Oh, absolutely. He probably didn't get many in his NRL career being a big front rower, but at a competition like this, when you've still got the brute power and strength, apart from that one where he got absolutely poleaxed, he's going to score every time.
Big old Tilts.
Have you ever stood next to him, Pete?
I'd be a little dwarf.
Yeah. It's one of those optical illusions, isn't it?
Remember back in the day, the Brisbane Broncos fullback Paul Hoff?
No.
Don't you remember Paul Hoff? Early 90s, played for the Broncos with Walters and Langer. Big
No,
Paul Hoff.
How old do you think I am?
How old are you?
I was born in 92.
Oh, God.
So,
Well,
no, I don't. The
he
earliest
retired
fullback,
in 92, actually.
the earliest fullback I remember with the Broncos was Darren Lockyer.
Darren Lockyer. Jeez. I do feel my age.
Tell me about Hoff, though.
He was the best fullback of the modern era back then. He was like Daddy Longlegs,
Yeah?
a little bit like Tilts, but just didn't have the speed of Tilts.
It's like,
But he had the length, like, you know, Daddy Longlegs, you know, the spider?
yeah, I do.
Yeah. Aren't they coming out in this hot weather, by the way? I had Daddy Longlegs out in the back garden last night. I got the shock of my
I
life.
had mosquitoes. That's all I've got.
Did you see on Facebook today, let's just reminisce in a little bit, Ted Adams and Chris Adams, you know, from the Seagulls.
Yep, those people I know.
Yeah. Well, do you know what they actually did today? They found a black brown snake in the backyard.
Yeah.
And it bailed Chris Adams up.
Oh.
So you know what Ted actually ended up doing?
What?
Just on the
Ended up taking the shovel to the snake. Anyway, anyone interested in the photo, pretty grim. If the RSPCA is listening, we don't condone any violence to animals. But
Unless when a human's life is in danger, of course.
yeah, well, it's the before and after shots are on the Adams Family picture show.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yes, it is the Adams family.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
How many Adams
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
brothers are there? 3.
Dun-dun-dun-dun. I don't know.
You a big fan of the Adams
Just
brothers?
reminded everybody is
Yes,
welcome.
I only really know
Maitland
Chris,
City
but
after the game.
yeah, he's pretty good. So
Game day
if
celebration.
it runs in the family, I'm sure they're a bunch of good blokes.
I caught up with Chris a few weeks ago. I was at a wedding and he was there on the Central Coast, and you wouldn't notice him this year. He's slimmed down, and
Chrissy Adams.
Chrissy Adams, yeah, he's
Wow.
raring to go on the Central Coast this year. That's for sure. He's going to be a big loss for Lakes. Here they go, the Pickers. Back to Carter. He's lost the football. Oh, another rabble-dazzle. Ben crash tackle.
Here's Woodbury, found a gap. Woodbury.
Straight through the middle goes Woodbury.
Looked like he was stuck in third gear.
Well, if he's stuck in third gear with that run, I'd like to see what he was in drive. Battaglia, he's down the sideline. He's still going into Walsh, offloads the pass, and Carter. He comes without it. Carter back in the rugby league. 25 years of age. Of course, he's played for the Gold Coast, played for South Sydney and the Sydney Roosters. More than 40 games in the National Rugby League. And he got the clearance to play here in the Tooheys Newcastle Cup. They haven't given him much daylight, have they, the Pickers on Carter?
No.
Everybody expects him to go back.
Time off here. And Maitland City, one of the big sponsors for the Pickers this year. It's great to see the club coming on board, and everybody will be going back there for the after-match presentations.
Including you.
Unfortunately, no. You know where I've got to go? I've
You've got to go and work and find the hit of the week.
I do. Got to go to
That sounds really unfun, Pete.
Redfern.
What?
I get all the unfun jobs, Tom,
Except for this one.
but this is one of the classics that will go into the happy category.
What are you doing in Redfern, though?
Good question.
What, you seen a girl there or something? Tinder match.
No, not quite. But I will be seeing a girl. She's just the editor of NRL.com. Does a good job, by the way. Thanks for the plug.
Yeah.
That's where they're actually at now.
Oh, okay.
NRL.com. They're in the home of the bunker.
Oh, right. Fancy.
Same complex as Tilts.
Here we
now.
go.
Here's a chance. Battaglia going for the intercept. Didn't quite come. Granger. Back then out of Connolly. Connolly's lost that football.
6 is just knocked on as well.
Lucky we have lights here.
Sorry?
Lucky we have lights.
That's true.
What would we do without the lights?
Would you like an answer? Is that rhetorical? Would you like
Well,
an answer?
I am a little bit worried because, I mean, come winter, it does get dark at 5 o'clock.
Yes.
And the lights in the Newcastle
Well,
Rugby
yeah.
League, they're not that strong. I mean, they're nothing like McDonald Jones Stadium. But does that worry you? You know, being a ref that you may not be able to see come 5 o'clock if it was a very tight match?
Well, last year we had Nathan Taylor get injured and game was held up for an hour.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean.
Luckily, that was at Cessnock.
Yeah.
And they have probably the best lights in the whole comp.
Because you're further west.
Further west, and that's just a really nice stadium.
It is.
They've
It's a
invested a lot
beautiful
of money into their lights so that it was well illuminated. So that was lucky. But if we have something like this happen this year, where the kickoff's even later, I've reffed the Charity Shield in pitch black at Curry, and it's not very bright there, especially the corners.
4, 10, 7, 8.
It was even hard to focus the cameras.
10, you're not square. Hold.
Players might have to wear headgear with a miner's light on top. That'd be a sight.
Put a couple of flashing lights on the ball.
It is very dark here at Maitland. I noticed for the NRL trial when I was up here calling that one a few weeks ago, they had to bring in additional lighting to the ground. And couldn't care less, could you?
What about the people leaving? I don't think they're leaving. I think they're just walking up to the back of the stand. And I actually really like this stand, how there's a platform behind us where you can just walk around and socialise. Actually, it does help.
You've caught up with a few of your friends today in between commentary gigs. Yeah.
Yep.
How was Brad? Brad's well?
Brad
Smythe?
Oh, yeah.
Brad Smythe who lives down the road
Yeah,
from
he just
there.
came down from the fundraiser,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah,
And he was raising money for the Mark Hughes Foundation. So, good on you, Brad.
Yeah. It's good that you know your friends, Tom.
Oh, absolutely. Brad, Dad said, is one of my top 37 friends.
15 stand. Hold here. Wait.
He's actually probably going to come back to Maitland City because he's not a party pooper and going down to Redfern.
Really?
I'm going down to Redfern with the really posh people from the NRL.
There goes the little stab kick. O'Brien. He's going to make a name for himself this season for Cessnock. He'll put his name up in lights. Harry O'Brien rolls off the tongue quite nicely as well.
Oh, yeah. No, he hasn't really put much bad. And something happened there. Did you hear the crowd, Pete? Did you see it?
I heard it.
I saw the back of Paul Arundale's head.
Penalty.
You know we're near 10 minutes.
I'll tell you what, our cameraman, the jack of all trades, doing the scoreboard.
Look at
Hold
this, look at
on.
this.
They're talking to jack of all trades. They've failed the fine touch here as Griffith is in slow motion as he does a bit of a step downfield and runs straight into Carter.
Stand now, 6. Hands out.
Were you impressed with that, Tom?
Yes,
Hold.
absolutely. I wasn't impressed with the kick. I was impressed with the awareness from...
God, that'd scare the daylights out of anyone. There's the siren. That signals full time.
Oh, yeah, it signals a ship coming to dock into the Maitland Sports Ground, actually.
What an absolute brilliant, fantastic.
Anyway, that's it. It's all over here, ladies and gentlemen. What a fantastic start for the year for the home side, the Maitland Pickers. They've been able to come away with the victory in the end to the cheers of the crowd that are echoing around this stadium right now. The final score, Maitland 36, Cessnock zilt.
I did not see that coming, Pete.
Wow, that
No
was
one
a
saw
carve
that
up.
coming. Maitland were confident. I don't think they expected to go out here and put 36-0 on them.
Well, hope you enjoyed the coverage wherever you are across the country. This is the Newcastle Rugby League, affiliated now with the New South Wales Rugby League. And if you enjoyed this today, we invite you to come back next Sunday for another match of the round right here on Bar TV Sports. Tom, as always, thank you very much. Have fun tomorrow. Who are you refereeing tomorrow? The only clash of the game?
Western Central.
That'll be a big game.
Oh, absolutely. Can't wait.
That could well be the grand final for me.
No comment.
No comment.
No comment
But,
for me. I can't really do that.
No, but they've really got the guts, both of those sides. Just like the Maitland Pickers, they've built a team on success. And boy, didn't they show everybody here today, they're the real deal as well in this competition. We'll see you next Sunday on behalf of everybody here at Bar TV Sports. Enjoy your week, enjoy Anzac Day, and we'll see you same time next Sunday afternoon. Bye for now.
Good on you, JT.
Still around.